So for this arithmetic sequence, 3, 10, 17, 24, we want to determine T15. I'll do it with the formula, and I'll do it with the shortcut, and you can decide which you like better. So if you wanted to use the formula, I don't want red. The formula is Tn equals T1 plus D times n minus 1. I know term 1 is 3. Do I know what I'm adding each time? I'm adding 7 each time, so I know that my D value is 7. This is the general term for this sequence, right? Using the shortcut, y equals mx plus b, you'd think y, well, common difference is 7, so it's going to be 7x. What makes it work? Well, if I plug in 1, I get 7. I need to get 3, so I'd have to subtract 4. So then my formula for Tn would be 7n minus 4. Again, these two are the same thing, just written in different forms. One of them is more, the shortcut is actually more simplified in the end. So then in part A, if you want to find term 15, well, keep the colors going. I'll do, if you use the formula, you would say, I know that the n value has to be 15. If I want to find term 15, in my formula, term 15 means the n gets replaced by a 15. So now I can replace the n here by a 15. And I would get 7 times 14, which is 98. And we get 101. If I use the shortcut, same idea. I want to find term 15, so n is equal to 15. Now it would be 7 times 15 minus 4. 7 times 15 is 105 minus 4, also 101. Same answer. So you could choose either way. Some of you are going to love using the formula because it's on your formula sheet. And I'll give you a formula sheet today. Some of you are going to be like, oh, I like the shortcut because I can get it really quick. And it's already simplified a little bit. And sometimes you'll like the shortcut and sometimes you'll like the formula. So we'll see a little bit about that. Then for part B, part B says which term in the sequence has a value of 220. So what they're saying here is we've got this sequence, it's 3, 10, 17, 24, and this keeps on going, and somewhere in there is 220. And we want to know which one is that? Okay? What are we trying to find? We're trying to find which one is that. In our formula, this means does it make sense? We don't know what the n is. We don't know which term it is. Now we could use either the formula from the formula sheet or the simplified one. I'm going to choose the simplified one right now. We know this is our formula, that Tn equals 7n minus 4, because we already figured that out. We don't know n. And this is the first thing that's a little bit abstract and can sometimes like cause you to stop for a second. even though we don't know n, we know that it's going to equal 220 when we plug it in. So we are allowed to change the Tn to 220, even though we don't know the n. Does that make sense? Because that, like, that your brain is it's gonna bother your brain a little bit. How can I plug something in when I don't know n? Well, the n doesn't matter there. That Tn just represents a random term. Now we want to specifically talk about the 220. We're talking about term 220. Term number 2 is equal to 220. We just don't know what the n is that does that. But if I plug it in, could we do the math to get n by itself? Yes. Again, get my like terms together, add 4 to both sides, divide both sides by 7, and I get n is 32. So which term is it? It is term 32. So at the top of your question, you can write the numbers 6, 15, and 18, and then go to the homework questions and circle 6, circle 15, and circle 18. And question 18, I put a star beside it because it falls in section C. So in the exercises, they have like a section A, a section B, a section C, and section C are the ones that are a little bit more difficult. So a little bit of a challenge question.